Hi, I'm Ernie Zor, and I'll be narrating Puresprings Software's 39th Frequently Asked Question video. As the months go by, we find ourselves with a collection of article ideas that never really went any farther than the drawing board. And that's how we got the idea for this video. It's what's called a compilation. It's a group of cool law office computing tips that for no good reason never made it to prime time. If you consider yourself computer illiterate, this video's got some things that are specially for you. If, on the other hand, you're a computer guru and you're thinking of logging off, two things. One, the video's short. Number two, there are a few items sprinkled in here that are included for your benefit, so stick around. Okay, number one, what version of Windows am I running? Right, this is an entry-level question. I agree with you, but listen, many people don't know what version of Windows they're using, and that's typically one of the first things you need to know if you're going to ask for help. I talk to these people every day, so whether you're getting help or giving it, it helps to know this one. Now, you can always keyboard your way to the answer, and I'll show you about that in a minute, but how about doing it hands-off? Yeah, just by looking. This is something experts may not even know, but as I said, it comes in handy when you're helping someone. So here's how it's done. Look at the Start button, and I'm going to get the Start button up here on my screen, I hope. Here we go. Look at the Start button. If it's a circle with a wavy four-colored pane window, right here where I'm putting my cursor. Oh, there's a bunch of them all over the screen, actually. You're probably looking at a Windows 7 computer. If the Start button is trapezoidal shaped with four white panes, let me see if I can find that one. Right here, down here. You're probably looking at Windows 8. And finally, if the Start button is a trapezoidal shaped window with four black panes, which is down here in the corner of the computer that I'm using, that's probably Windows 10. And if you're wondering how you're looking at Windows 8 and Windows 10 on the computer at the same time, it's because with the Windows 8 one, I'm remoting into a Windows 8 computer. So that's why it's like that. Now, unfortunately, this is not a foolproof method for determining the Windows version. It's simply a trick to tell at a glance. You can impress your friends at parties. They'll stand around the computer saying, how did he know that? Well, anyway, like I was saying, this isn't a fail-safe method because Windows 8, for example, can be set to not have that thing we've come to know as a desktop. So if you're ever in doubt, one of the quicker ways is the keyboard. You hold down the Windows key and press the letter R, which I'm going to do right now. And the command window comes up, and I'm going to type WinVer, W-I-N-V-E-R. And there it is. That tells me the Windows version that I'm using. Okay, number two. What version of my application am I running? This is another fundamental question, but it stumps a lot of users. You know, the reason it does is because I say law offices are usually busy being law offices, and they're not around studying computer techniques, so sometimes they're not so swift. However, when you need to know what version of a program you have, this technique usually works. And even nicer still, it typically works on all programs. Now, let me get rid of this Windows thing, and I'm going to hide the Explorer, or what was I using? Google Chrome. And let's take a look at the child support program. I have it down here. I'll bring it up. Okay. You want to know what version of the child support program you're always the same thing. Help about. And there's the version number, 11.32. Like I said, this not just works on Puresprings, but it works on just about all programs. And if this was a Mac computer, way in the upper left-hand corner, there'd be an application menu, which is immediately to the left of the Apple item, and you could select about from that menu. So, help about. Third thing, last-minute form changes. Now, this next trick works on all of our forms programs. Now, maybe you're previewing and ready to print and you notice something's wrong. In case you don't already know, you can fix some problems in the word processor. Maybe there's something in your county that requires a minor change to the form. Here's how you do it. You could do it in any program, in any of our programs, that is, but I'm going to minimize the child support and go to the probate where it's more likely. Watch. Any form, I'll just print this one that's on the screen right now, but this goes for any probate form. You click on the print button, and of course, nothing happens. Oh, there we go. You know, Word sometimes, we've got that Office 365, and sometimes when you're starting Word up for the first time in the day, it takes a bit of time. Anyway, okay, here it is. What you got, you know, the key is just remembering that when you're in this preview mode, you know what you're looking at? You're looking at an ordinary, run-of-the-mill document in your word processor. So within limits, you can change it any way you want. You could add things in here. Wait a minute, that would be bad karma for me to type my own name in as name of the decedent. You know what? I don't want to type anybody's name in here. But you get the picture. It's just a word processing document. If you need to fix things, that's where you would do it. I want to make one caveat about this tip, is that if you're doing this all the time, it's very possible that you're one of those people we see in technical support who simply doesn't know the right way to do something, so they're always fixing it in the word processor. So if you find yourself always fixing something in the word processor, be aware of the fact that this might be because you're not doing it right within the program. Okay, next. Here's another one that we get. Do I need the child support calculator if I have the spousal support calculator? Let's get rid of the probate program and bring the child support up. And let's just say the answer, first of all, let's say the answer is yes. If you calculate child support often, you'll want the child support app, even if you have the spousal support app. And here's the reason. Let's take a simple case. 2 children. I'm going to fill in this. I'll just say parent A, blah, like that. Put in their incomes, $50,000, $25,000. Interest income, let's say they have some interest income. I guess that might go here on other income. Let's say you got $1,000 of interest income. Each of them have $1,000. Okay, do you know that I'm done with this right now? The calculation is made. You can see the answer up here. The monthly support is $305.50. I can go down to the end. You can see the support figure there, and just wondering about that. At any rate, you see that it only took a couple seconds. Now, let's say I have the spousal support calculator, which I just happen to have running down here. If I wanted to do that same thing, I would have to complete a lot, not all, but a lot of this. I'd have to put in the arrange, just like I was filling out the caption of the child support. But I have to put in the child's name down here. I need to put in date of birth too. And I may not need to fill all the child fields out, but those two I better do, or I'm not going to get an answer. And then the next thing is I have to go to the wages, and there's provisions for all the details with respect to a party's wages, and there it is. I'd have to fill these things out, at least the base pay and any overtime and things like that. And then there's a separate one for the defendant or the petitioner too, or party B, no matter what their denomination. Again, you have to fill that out. And okay, now we've gone to, 3 different screens, and I haven't even filled out the interest income yet. I'd have to go to, again, plaintiff and taxable income, taxable interest, $1,000. Oops, not 10,000, 1,000. I'd have to do the same thing with the defendant. Then I can go to the worksheet and I could see what happened. I can't go directly to the worksheet because I'd have to then be overriding all of these fields. Why is it like that? Well, because the spousal support program is for calculating both, and to calculate spousal support, you need a lot more information than you do when you're just calculating child support. So that's why the answer is, do you need both programs? Yes. And if you only have one, you probably want to make it the child support calculator, because no doubt you'd be computing child support calculations much more often than you're doing spousal support calculations. At least that's the way it was with me. Anyway, let's go on to the next point. How can you tell, and we get this one, especially around tax time, we get this all the time. How can you tell when the IRS publishes a tax form in its final version? Well, first of all, let's get spousal support out of the way, and let's go back to Google Chrome. Here it is. The way I can tell is I go to this website. You see the address of here, apps.irs.gov. You could probably easily, as well as typing in a path, this big long path list, you could probably just search IRS forms and pubs and click on the link. But when you get to this page here, let's say it's a gift tax we're wondering about. Let's go, we'll type in 709 form, click on the Find button, and right now when I'm doing this, it's 2021 is going to be the current one. And so now that I see the revision date is 2020, I realize, well, nope, they haven't released the 2021 yet, so that's how you figure out that. Now, I think this is going to be the last point, too. How can I find out more about Puresprings videos? And that's pretty easy. You can go to YouTube and Google Puresprings software, but you're going to get too many hits, and probably half of them won't even have any relevancy to Puresprings if I know YouTube. Let's go to Puresprings website, which is Puritas-springs.com. And right up here at the top is a YouTube index. You click on that, and of course nothing happened. Now there it is. And here is all our FAQ videos, our demonstration videos with links that'll take you right to the YouTube video. So isn't that cool? And yep, right, I hear the music, and that makes me know that it's time to wrap up. I don't know for sure, but I think we've got a few more miscellaneous tips in the grab bag, so stay tuned for the next video, and I'll try to tie up all the loose ends. Now, almost every YouTube video I watch ends with a plea to click on the like button or to be a follower. YouTube might have some kind of reward system for bringing in viewers that it's so prevalent of a policy or whatever for YouTube video makers to do that. If companies do it so regularly, it makes me think they're doing it out of something other than just satisfaction. Thinking out loud. From my standpoint, I'm just glad you watched. Not that I don't want you to click like or follow. That would be great too, but I'm not going to nag you about it like I am right now. Okay, anyway, that's enough for me. I want to thank you for taking time out to watch this video. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, stay healthy and happy, and I sincerely wish you all the best. Take care.